Hi, everyone. Thank you all for joining us today on Financial Friday. We love showing up for you, and we're glad that you're there for us. Today, we're going to kind of talk to those that are on the fence with starting up a business. You might be thinking that I don't know what type of business I can start. You might be working on a job and doing a really good job at it. And the skills that you're bringing to the table to obtain your paycheck every week or 2 weeks could be something that you can actually transition into a business of your own so that you don't have to be the middleman between your company and your paycheck. You can actually garner your own income and revenues. And we're going to talk about today some of the opportunities that won't cost a lot of money for you to get started, that you don't have to actually obtain a loan to get yourself off the ground. So hopefully some of these things will kind of give you a nudge or a push to kind of consider that there are ways if you want to become a little bit more independent and garner yourself some revenues and income to start your own business. I even had someone who was a real estate investor. Well, actually, they own a property that they've been renting for 14 years and never realized that that was a business. Wow. You know, it just kind of felt like to him that was a light bulb moment when people came to him about how did he get started with renting, how did he purchase his first house. And with the conversation that I had with him during my consultation, he never really looked at it as a business. So there might be some ideas out there that we're going to share today or that you've never thought about that you didn't realize was a business opportunity for yourself. So hopefully today we can kind of get you your thoughts going and your motivation. We can motivate you to kind of look at certain business ideas that don't take a lot of money to get you started. Okay. Now, one idea that I came across recently was focusing on the male population. There has been an upswing in men who are growing beards, and therefore that has opened up a lot of opportunity to service those men out there who are growing their beards. Things like beard oils and products that you might be able to put out there on the marketplace if you can come up with certain products that are geared towards someone who has a beard that wants to keep the grooming up on a beard. That's a growing niche of clients that are out there that are looking for products and services for their beards. So if you're out there and maybe you are even in the hair industry now, you might have a barbershop. This might be another way to bring in some additional revenue if you focus on those products for your clients that have a beard or get started with making products for that industry. Okay, that's one. Also, another large search on Google is for dog businesses to service dogs, like dog walking, pet sitting, pet taxi services. Like if your pet needs to be transported from one place to another, these are ways that you can kind of get into that industry without having a lot of money. Now, we're not talking about what kind of licensing you need. Of course, you have to have a driver's license and you would have to have a car, but we're saying with the tools that you already have, these are ways to transition what you already have and what you already know and parlay that into a thriving business or a startup business just to make yourself a little bit of money. Also, another really popular industry right now is makeup artists. Makeup artists are really popular right now. It takes very little money to start up. Of course, you would have to market yourself and put yourself out there, maybe on social media, and get yourself some business cards. take photographs of people you've done servicing for. But that's another growing industry that doesn't take a lot of money. You don't have to go out and take out big loans to get started, to get your products and get yourself out there and start bringing in some money for yourself. Meal preparation, huge. That's a huge and growing market out there, whether you're doing it for the home or you're doing it for commercial purposes. Meal prepping is a big, 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 big industry. A low cost startup for you. If you have, cooking skills, people have been telling you your cooking is on the great range. You can cook real good, and you should package this and sell it. I'm encouraging you to kind of do your research to see if there's a way that you can package your meals, get them out there to the public, to someone who may not be able to travel. You might even offer delivery services and single serving packages that even a store like Walmart might be able to, buy your product and put them on the shelves. So that's another industry. We want to kind of switch over a little bit into something like more professional, like accounting. If you've taken, the courses to be an accountant, Rosaline would know a little bit more about that. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Rosaline, and you can talk a little bit about starting up an accounting type of business.
Well, before I go into that, I just kind of wanted to reiterate for people who are considering a startup business with a low investment into it, and just say that, like a lot of times your money or businesses is created by how you think. It's my belief that your mindset, decides on your success. Thinking outside the box for me is no longer a cliche. It's a movement,
Oh,
and it's all about awareness of the scope of your possibilities. So I have a business management firm, and I have over 30 years of bookkeeping and accounting experience. And depending on what municipality or state you're in, there are certain things that you have to have certain businesses in place.
yes.
And one of the things we do at the Gordon Group Financial Services is practice compliance. But someone may say, well, yeah, I've done some bookkeeping and so forth and so on. But in my municipality or in my state, in order for me to have an accounting firm, I have to be a CPA. Well, here's the thing. I mentioned thinking outside the box. And one of the things that I was very fortunate to do is to think outside the box and realize how I can use what I already have in my hands to create an opportunity for myself,
Right.
and to create an opportunity for others. So I am not a licensed CPA, but I have over 30 years in accounting and bookkeeping experience. So what that means is there is going to be a certain point where I can't service clients, and that would be in terms of representation by the IRS and certain things like that. But there are people who are out there who don't want to they don't have the entrepreneur bug.
Right.
They just want a job.
Yes.
So because I've now created this opportunity for myself, I can now create an opportunity for others. So there are things that maybe I can't do at a particular point in time to start. I can go ahead and get started.
Right.
I realize that there's a point in time where I'm going to need something like a partner or some type of partnership. And even if I don't have that, then I can hire somebody. I can create a job.
Mm-hmm.
So for the things that I can't do in my immediate state, I'll hire a CPA. I'll hire a CPA to prepare tax returns. I'll hire a CPA, and they'll be able to represent my clients with the IRS should the need be. But it's all about networking, and it's about partnership. And I bring that up strongly because a lot of times people want to start something, but they don't necessarily have all of the credentials to start.
Yes.
They don't have all of the credentials, and they feel like they can't start.
That they can't start. Yes. And those are the people we're talking about, we're talking to today.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just here to tell you today that that's just a myth. There are some businesses that you do need X, Y, and Z, but there are some things, if you just kind of think outside of the box a little bit,
that's very
you realize that you can begin a business
Mm-hmm.
and get started. And then throughout the process of time, you have to get yourself certified for certain things. And
Exactly.
that's just for a matter of maintaining. So I have a business management firm. We do accounting and bookkeeping. So I know at a certain point in time, I'm going to at least have to get my CPA license, sure,
Right.
or an equivalent.
Right.
No.
So we're speaking to really that person that's got the skill
Yes.
or the desire,
It's
and instead
clear.
of just keeping it to yourself, we're trying to encourage you to use those skills to get
Yeah.
yourself started.
Yes.
Um,
Use what you have in your hands today.
yes, with what you have in your hands. Yep.
Yeah.
You don't have to go out and take out a large loan. Sometimes it's a matter of just putting yourself out there and networking, like you're suggesting that some of these opportunities just
Yeah. Don't let the opportunity pass you by
yeah,
because you don't have in your mind, you don't have everything you need.
right,
Do the research, see what you need to get started. Get
yeah,
started and then
mhm,
do what you need along the way to stay compliant
right,
and to build.
yes,
Because I could say, oh, I can just do bookkeeping all day long but if I want to grow and I want to get those clients who, are not referred based and they want those 3 letters after my name or the 2 letters after my name, then I have to do what I need to do to get those clients.
yes,
So that's at some point in time, but it does not necessarily have to be in the beginning. That's
in
the
the
same thing.
beginning, right,
Yeah,
right,
it's the same thing with the nail salon. I do not I am not talented in that area to create designs and paint nails and do all the things that the nail technicians do. All
wow,
I needed in the state of New York to open a nail salon was a business enhancement appearance business enhancement license. That is
wow,
all I needed to open a nail salon. And then the other side to that is that I needed to hire a licensed nail technician, you
see,
know? So
hmm,
this is what I'm saying. I got started and I opened a business and I'm not a nail technician, but I
wow,
figured out
that's
a
good
way that
to
I could
know.
do it. Yes.
It's great to know because
Yes.
that the business idea was there, but
Yes.
you as the person that's actually doing the nails, you're not that person. And
I'm
that
not
gave
that
you an
girl.
opportunity to open up your business and
Yes.
hire someone that
Yes.
has that skill.
Yes.
That's
And in,
great.
and in my instance with the nail salon, it was about partnering also. My sister and I, we got together and we decided how we were going to do this. And since she had the gift for it, she went ahead and get the license, so
Yes.
that, we didn't have to worry about people walking in and out on us or, just taking
Mhm.
advantage because we needed them,
Right. And
you know?
in our community, like I was talking about let's say, for example, the meal prep.
Hmm.
Now, you might be the person that has the cooking skill, but
Right.
you're not the one that has the business skills. So,
Exactly.
yeah, so it doesn't mean that because you don't have it all together, like Rosaline just said, that it means that you can't even get started,
No,
because you can get started.
you can't
You
get
can just
started.
you can get started with a bare minimum of just knowing something that you have a skill or a love for that is needed in the marketplace. If someone needs you, if you're finding that you love pets and you want to pet sit or pet, taxi or anything like that, your love for the pets shouldn't stop you from starting a business. I mean, or making money. So that's a huge point that we want to drive in today, is taking the skills or the love that you have or the knowledge that you have and just get started. Take that one step, take that leap of faith that there is someone out there that needs the service that you can provide, need the product that you have or that you can make, and move yourself forward. We got a new year coming.
Yeah.
Um, that is open door for you to just kind of put yourself in the frame of mind to just kind of take what you have and move it forward into a business, or just your entrepreneurial side of you, to make that happen where you can make some money, not just for one day, one minute, but ongoing in the future.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
we really
And it's
want to.
very important. It would it would be wrong of me to encourage you to get to start businesses, at the very beginning and doing things without encouraging you to always get insured, to be
Yeah.
compliant,
Hmm.
to create your business plan so that you have a map of where you are and where you need to go. Um, partnership, don't be afraid to partners, and that comes in all type of ways. They don't
Yeah.
necessarily have to have a percentage of your company. It can be
Right.
someone you outsource with. A lot of companies that are small businesses are starting up, they outsource their accounting and their HR to me because they don't necessarily have the capital to hire somebody to fulfill those roles.
Right.
So there are different types of partnering you can have, and all of these things you just do what you need to do as you go along to
As you
keep
go
your
along. Yes.
businesses in
Right.
peak condition.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
always the goal. Never just do something just, oh, I'm just going to make money. These are businesses that you're going to start. You have a
Yeah.
responsibility, you know,
To do it right.
to do it right. Yeah.
Right. Yes. Yeah. But take that one step. It
Mhm.
starts with just that one step of trying to move forward with it,
Yeah.
whatever that idea or goal is that you have. Is
Yeah.
there anything else that you can share as far as startups or that takes a little bit of money?
One of the ones that I thought of is event planning. The basic things that you need for that are organizational skills, be able to meet deadlines. You can move around crises. You have an eye for detail. You have good communication and interpersonal skills. Those are the
Yes.
basic requirements you need to be an event planner.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the other ones are DJing. With DJing now, it's more than just flipping a record and having everybody dance. You have to have an entertaining personality. And if you're able to do that, you can hype a crowd. Get started. Get started. So minimal investment to get started, or like I said, stay insured, get compliant. And another one is hairstylists. The way that has changed in the last couple of years blows my mind. Sometimes you're young, and I want to shout out to my cousin Amani, who makes crazy, incredible units and wigs for people, and that's another way. She has a new baby at home, and maybe she might not be able to fulfill a 9 to 5 schedule, juggling the new baby and all of that. But she
Yeah.
can do things like create those units for people and make them happy, make them feel beautiful,
Right.
and all of those things without having the hustle of having to get to a salon,
Right.
to do that,
And I can vouch for that. My granddaughter Tamia, which I've kind of talked about on a few segments, she does the same thing. She doesn't need a license to buy the material and put
Right.
together a unit and
Mhm.
sell it to someone. And
No,
that's how she's getting started. She didn't have to
exactly.
take out a loan. She
Right.
just took that gift and that desire and put together something that someone else would pay her for. And
Yeah,
that's the basis, that's the nucleus of you getting started in your business today.
yeah. And one thing I want to encourage people, sometimes people are reluctant to do businesses because people are constantly haggling and they don't want to
Yeah.
pay them for what they're worth. Listen, stick to your worth.
Right?
Okay. Now in
Mhm.
business, there is going to be negotiation.
Yeah.
Okay, but just make it so that it doesn't affect you and your profits. You
Yes.
know, so
Absolutely.
always, so don't get encouraged by,
Mhm.
don't be discouraged by
Right.
that. There's always going to be some type of negotiation in business.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Okay, so I think that's going to be it for today. We know this is the holiday season and it's gearing up real close to the holidays and people are busy. And so we do appreciate you taking the time to be here with us today. We wish you all the best for the holiday season and beyond. And for those business people and those entrepreneurs out there, we are here for you guys for any questions that you have, any concerns that you have, any ideas you want to run by us for a new business idea. We're here to kind of give you the best that we know so that it won't keep you stuck,
Yes.
at not moving forward.
Yes.
And sometimes maybe your idea may not work, but that doesn't mean you can't try it and you can't get out there and get started with very little risk. So we just
Sometimes
want to
you just
encourage.
need a little tweak also.
Yeah, you just need a little tweak here and there, and our eyes are open, our ears are open to help you the best way that we can and give you some good coaching and advice. So you guys enjoy the holidays coming up. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and all that good stuff. This is our last podcast for 2019. You've stuck around with us so far, so keep hanging in there with us. We love your feedback. Let us know if there's any questions that you have. Please share us with your friends and your family, and come back and visit us next Friday on the podcast we have next week. We're always going to have something new and exciting for you. And thank you for your time today. Have a nice weekend.
Yes, and see you in 2020. Talk to you soon.
Okay.